same thing in humans, at least if we ate a whole bunch of it. But when I asked Jonathan this question, he told me to hold on to that thought because there was even more he needed to share. You see, it turned out that spirulina was just one of the nutrients the zebrafish eat in the wild, but there were several others too. And sure enough, Jonathan had found that in almost every single case, the ingredients that the zebrafish loved to munch on each day had been proven in clinical studies to help the body produce brand new, absolutely pristine adult repair stem cells. Plus, these same ingredients also had studies proving they supported our eyesight and vision too. For example, another major nutrient in the zebrafish's diet is something called astaxanthin, which I'd never heard of before. But it's what's called a carotenoid, and it's found in algae, krill, and shrimp, which all happen to be things that zebrafish love to eat. It turns out that in a brand new study that was published on the website of the National Institutes of Health, NIH, a team of 4 scientists had done an in-depth study of how astaxanthin influences human cells, and they found out, sure enough, this tiny sea-based nutrient has the ability to enhance the self-renewal potency of stem cells, which is just a fancy way of saying that astaxanthin tells the body to produce brand new stem cells. Even more remarkably, in another major study, this one published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, when a team of 6 scientists over in Korea had looked at astaxanthin, guess what they found? Not only did it improve stem cell potency and proliferation, but even more amazingly, the scientists specifically mentioned that astaxanthin increased what are called neural progenitor cells, and those are the same kind of stem cells that the zebrafish use to repair their eyes too. So now I was getting chills because it was a scientific fact that zebrafish use stem cells to repair their eyes. Then I saw that spirulina was proven to help the body grow more of that same type of stem cells. And now I was hearing that something called astaxanthin did the same thing too. And since, of course, the zebrafish's diet is filled with spirulina and astaxanthin, there seemed to be a pretty clear-cut connection here. And we were still just getting started, because Jonathan had found at least 3 more brand new studies, all published in peer-reviewed journals, all showing that astaxanthin increases the production of adult repair stem cells in the body. Plus, when we dug even deeper, we found there were also dozens of studies showing that astaxanthin directly improved vision and eyesight, including a big 2016 study out of Japan that was published in the journal Current Eye Research, which found that supplementing the diet with astaxanthin didn't just directly protect against damage to the retina, it also significantly reduced it and inhibited or stopped retinal cells from dying. It was almost too good to be true, but this was cold, hard scientific research we were looking at, not just speculation. And it was at this moment that I finally gave myself permission to be excited and to believe that just maybe I really could restore my vision and save my eyes. And we still weren't done, because it turns out that zebrafish get a ton of something called L-carnitine in their diet too. You may have heard of L-carnitine before. It's an amino acid that's found in meat, and people often talk about it in terms of steak. But it turns out that krill and shrimp, 2 foods that zebrafish love to eat, are also loaded with this important nutrient. And sure enough, when Jonathan and I began doing more research, we found study after study showing that if you get L-carnitine in the right dosages, it can make your body's production of adult repair stem cells explode. And that it's especially effective at helping you grow new stem cells if you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. On top of that, there were also several studies on the